This is great consolidation. What's he saying here? This is Slerf. Okay, I'm keeping an eye on that. Slerf is a tricky one, right? It's very tricky because the fundamentals have just suddenly gone to shit. Yeah, there's no real way to put it. And it's a shame, really. It's a shame because I guess the people just aren't smart enough, I guess. Look, I asked Slerf, hey, what's the plans for Slerf? Some people are asking me, no response. He saw it, no response. And obviously I asked Ambassador, he hasn't even seen it. Okay, so look, he wrote, hey buddy, what has happened isn't good at all. We're waiting to see what they're going to do next. The point is, it doesn't breed confidence in the project when you've got the people who are kind of pushing it aren't communicative, or they're not confident about the future. You know, it doesn't give you the confidence, doesn't give me the confidence. Yeah, I think the dilemma was with this whole meme chan thing. So initially meme chan was going to create a pump fund, and then they were going to pair their tokens with Slerf, and it was backed by Slerf capital. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, honestly. I really don't know. I even posted again because I sent some Solana to the meme chan pre-sale, and I only got like 10,800 chan, which isn't worth much, like $40. That was because I bought a Slerf NFT. Okay, so actually what I noticed, or what I realized, was that the amount that I sent to the pre-sale was put on some kind of pre-stake. Yeah, and then they announced, this is what they've announced. Okay, so on meme chan, where did they announce it? Hold on, let me have a look. Look, they talk about it a lot. So if you want information about Slerf, you can catch some of it here. Yes, we literally repleted Slerf Sol, reasoning about why he had to nuke Chan chart. Your leader Sol still holds 5% of our supply of the token. I don't know what this means. There's a lot of bickering and arguing, and like, I think eventually these guys have to just make up, kiss and make up and put it back together. That's kind of what I would do. That's my thoughts. Yeah, there's obviously been some kind of bad breakup here between meme chan and Slerf, and that's having an impact on the market, on the Slerf and all the rest. I really feel like they need to kiss and make up somehow, or just compromise. I don't know if it's going to happen. But meme chan have announced that they're like big update about protocol revenue and chan pre-sale investors. So if you sent value to the pre-sale, then you're a pre-sale investor, and so you wouldn't have received your chan. It would have it's on their site, and you can, with your wallet, you can unlock it, and it's vested. Yeah, you can retrieve a portion of the vested amount. But they've decided to say, look, this is what they've said. Look, after the recent Slerf capital situation, we've decided to change things up a bit with how we handle our protocol revenue and chan pre-sale investors. Changes to revenue allocations. This is really important. We've decided not to use revenue to refund Slerf pre-salers, as Slerf capital has violated. Oh, I don't know what that means. Moving forward, so they're not refunding people, basically. Moving forward, all pools will be paired with Solana and Chan. So that's going to bring value to Chan, I guess, in the future. And for Chan pre-sale investors, I'm not sure there's a difference between Chan and Slerf, I guess. But so whoever sent value to Chan directly, you're a Chan pre-sale investor. And I guess Slerf had their own kind of pre-sale. You'll get up to 80% of the protocol revenue until December 2025 dropped in your wallets, as long as you don't claim your allocation. Yeah. Dare I say that is actually really bullish for Chan if it succeeds, and for those pre-sale investors who, because right now it literally isn't worth anything. Like, I probably sent 6 Solana, and it's probably worth, in terms of Chan value, it's probably worth about $200, which is nothing. Yeah, so I've lost all my value, but who knows? December 25, that's a long time. I haven't actually withdrawn my Chan from their vesting thing, so it's all there. And look, So you never know. You never know. This could be big. This is it's like literally a gamble, but this is what's happening. They've had a divorce. Yeah. So Chan and Slerf have divorced, and no one really understands what's going on, because I don't. I like look at this all the time, and I don't even look. Even these guys didn't answer me, because I had to get answers from other people, because I wrote a response. I really couldn't understand what was going on, and some other people responded, and I got my answer. But the communication is pretty poor. It's like literally miserable. So that's what's happened. So there's a big breakup. Okay. Will they get back together? Who knows? Probably not. And eventually what that means, and there's been a negative price impact on Slerf as a result. So whereas before Slerf was potentially the beginning of a massive ecosystem and an opportunity, a real big opportunity to create something dynamic and massive and kind of substantial. Now it's just another meme coin. Okay, it's quite a high volume, high market cap meme coin, but effectively Slerf is now another meme coin. Until I hear anything different, that's the only thing it is. Whereas before it had the potential to become something a lot bigger and therefore a lot more bullish, especially with the partnerships and integrations it was trying to do to have with kind of other projects. Right now, it's literally just a meme coin and nothing else. Right, so you just treat it like that until things change or things develop. Right, I just wanted to get context on Slerf. It's not. I mean, is this bearish or bullish? Like, look at the charts. Are you feeling bearish here or bullish? Okay. Well, there's a lot of things that have happened which aren't bullish. And so you can't ignore that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so let me just kind of highlight it, just looking at the charts and the candles, just to kind of give you an indication of why it's bearish at the moment. All right. I'm kind of just hiding all this stuff so I can just give my overview. So I still think it has the potential to go up in a very big way. Yeah. But fundamentally, yeah, we've lost a really important neckline here. You see that? And that has to be reclaimed. Whatever happens, that has to be reclaimed as support. And until it does, it's going to continue to look bearish. You just bear that in mind. Yeah. Realistically, there's no big longing until you can flip that level back into support. Yeah. That's for the price to go up. It has to get back above that level. And if the price can't get it back above that level, guess what? It's going to continue going down. So it might be premature to buy. It might be. Yeah, it might be a bit too early to buy. People are looking to buy. It might be premature. It depends, because if you have a long-term higher time frame dollar cost averaging strategy, you might still accumulate this. The trouble with buying here is that we don't know if the price is going to continue and how far. That's the trouble with buying underneath lost support. Yeah, it becomes very difficult to know how far the price can extend to the downside. No one really knows, and of course Bitcoin is a determining factor in how the price is going to move. Yeah, so we have a very clear, definite level of interest. Yeah, there's many levels of interest here. I think fundamentally for me, looking at the candles and the levels, I think this kind of pivot here that we've lost is critical. You can call it an SR flip, and it's already, I can see it's already been front run already, and so you just have to bear that in mind. Yeah, that level is really important. You can just mark it out. If we can get like a daily close above there, and then like a little back test, then hey, let's rock. Let's go. I'm okay. I'm okay that I missed 23 cents. I'll be happy to come in at 25.5 on a back test. I'm okay with that. I'm not too worried about catching the absolute low here, because I don't know if the low is in. Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm not too worried about longing here, because you could long here and you can have the absolute low, or you can just long the first sign of strength. In this context, it could be just reclaiming that level. Okay, and so therefore I'm not interested in longing until I see that sign of strength. And then if we see a sign of strength and you're long there, you have really easy invalidation, and you're not now expecting the price to go down, you're expecting the price to go up. So that's kind of my line in the sand right now with Slerf price action. All right, it's really simple. I keep it very simple. That's the neckline. Let's get back above the neckline, and then we can at least try to go up a certain amount. Just be aware that the momentum is still to the downside. So whatever you do when you long, just be aware that you have to take profit, because the reality is, you can see here, this is the daily 50 simple moving average. You see how we've lost it. We've back tested it as resistance. It was resistance and we support, and now it's resistance. See, resistance, support, and now it's resistance. So whatever happens, however we do try to manage to get up, if we do manage to back test that, you know, you still have to take your profit. Don't just fade on taking profit simply because the momentum is still down. Okay, you could get a little relief rally, you know, take your profit. Is the absolute low in? No one knows. No one can predict that. Is this the absolute low? No one really knows. Yeah, no one knows if this is it. I don't think it is. I think, look, we've missed the 886. We're back underneath the 786, and we haven't come across it. So I actually think this is still looking quite weak. Yeah, right now. And as you saw, which I hid, I have some kind of higher time frame harmonic in play potentially, and this point here could go down or it could be higher up. So I don't know where this point can go. Effectively, it's somewhere over here or it's lower down. It's either a bat or a butterfly, and that's why I'm still kind of a little bit bearish on this. I'm not like aggressively trying to long or to buy. I'm not trying to short either, to be honest with you, because I don't like shorting extended down moves. So I'm just waiting for lower potentially, or a sign of strength. That's what I'm doing. I'm either waiting for lower or a sign of strength. Okay, and just based on this kind of pattern here, I prefer these in the highs, because this is actually a bullish harmonic, isn't it? It's an M. So do you see that? It's an M. It's a bullish harmonic. I prefer them in the highs when the momentum is to the upside, because a reaction here could take us to new heights if the momentum was to the upside. At the moment, the momentum's to the downside. So even though it's bullish, all it means is that point D, you could get a bullish reaction. But in my mind, if you do get a bullish reaction, you're still taking profit. Like, it would only be bullish to the next big resistance level. It wouldn't be bullish to the point that it takes you to higher prices. Yeah, so whatever happens here, I do probably think that we could still continue to range in the lows here for a while. I'm not necessarily expecting some kind of crazy pump unless something changes with the way Slerf and Slerf Capital and this meme channel, unless that something changes there, unless they somehow able to resolve their differences, and that would be, again, it would go back, like the fundamentals will go back to bullish. If they're able to do that, then yeah, maybe then we'd see a little bit of a pump. Yeah, a news pump, a rally pump. There's no hint of that at the moment, so therefore if we do go up, it'll probably range a little bit, and effectively that will give a lot of people who are potentially trapped the opportunity to sell their tokens, and that's really what that becomes. It becomes a little bit of a relief rally for people to exit, not necessarily the pump that people are waiting for. Honestly, like, it's a shame, but this is what we're looking at right now. Unless things change, this is what we're looking at. And so for me, in the short term, this SR flip of these pivots is really important. At the moment, we can't even get above the 786. Okay, so I'll just be waiting and watching and just seeing what happens and just being patient. I do take scalps on Slerf with swing failures at the local time frame, like the 1 minute time frame. Yeah, they're pretty easy to take, and you're just scalping a little bit every time, and they're really easy to take. So what I'll be looking for lower down, it's hard with higher lows, yeah, because you almost want the swing failure. And so therefore, because you want the swing failure, you might not take the higher low. And in this context, I would prefer the swing failure. I would prefer a swing failure of this pivot here. It would be a lower low, but at least then there would be an easy entry, which would be the swing failure. You get a swing failure here, you could definitely long that. It's the all-time low. You get a swing failure, you could long that. Yeah. And potentially that could also complete some kind of harmonic here. And the timings on that. This is the daily time frame, so it's going to be a little bit here or there. Nope, don't like that. Let's do it from here. It's a tricky one, but by next weekend, the 1-to-1. So effectively it's the 1-to-1 of this arm, 1-to-1. Basically the beginning of the month, end of next weekend. And I just based on these timings, I'd like to just wait until the beginning of the next month before I I'd like to see what happens, and I'm not in a rush to do anything until then, to be honest with you. Just looking at the timings here, I'm not looking to sell, I'm not looking to buy. I'd like to see this 1-to-1 hit on this move. Yeah, it could be 1 or 2 days earlier or after. Like it's a little bit of a timed area. If I see a swing failure on time, roughly on time, I'll probably take a long there. That's kind of really what I'm interested in right now. And then the target for taking profit would be from this high to wherever the low is put in, and just some kind of fib confluence, you know, maybe right back up to that neckline again. You know, it'll be something I'll be looking to do and then see what happens, you know. So it'll be something like and this could go up and then come down. Like it doesn't have to just go down. So don't think that just because I have a harmonic with a line going down that it has to go down. This could easily right now do this and then go right back down to hit your target. Yeah, little retracement. And then if you wherever you land, you know, you'll be looking to kind of trade it right up to the next, some kind of SR flip neckline, whatever, for a take profit. And that's the rest could run, or the rest could, you could end up in a situation where you get this kind of whatever continuation. So we don't really know. That's the point. No one really knows what's going to happen. Yeah. So we just have to play it by ear and see what happens. I think because the momentum's been quite dreary, I do probably think that this token probably needs to range a little bit longer, and just for the momentum to go a little bit flat. Okay. That being said, this move was quite powerful to the downside. We don't have that crazy amounts of resistance. We have some green candles there, some green candles there. So you could potentially see a little bit of a fast move up if we do see a little bit of strength. But at the moment, I'm not sensing it. So I'm not really like confident about up at the moment. Okay. I'm not looking to buy anytime soon. That's the point. Okay. And potentially I'd like to see this low taken. The other thing to bear in mind, and you have to kind of contemplate this, the launch price of Slerf was actually 2 cents. Yeah. And because of everything that's happened with the fundamentals of the project, 2 cents is on the table if we take out this low. If we come and take out this low, that's a lower low. Yeah. And you're just in really bearish market structure now on the higher time frame to take out the low with a lower low. And potentially you could see a really ugly sell-off after that. Yeah, just bear that in mind. And you know, you just can't ignore these things. If it gets really bearish, you know, people will sell. And so where is it? Let me find it. You can't see the launch price on any other chart except on this one, on this radium one. And if it loads. Yeah, it's pretty bearish. See that? This is the radium chart. Let me change it to the log chart. See that? You take out that low now. I don't know why we wouldn't go all the way down to the lows here. Honestly, I really don't know why that wouldn't happen. Because you take out that low, bearish market structure continues. And on the back of the everything that's happening with Slerf and the uncertainty, then you could see a really dreadful sell-off. There's no volume here, huh? There's no volume in this price action here. And, you know, so it could happen. We would, you know, look, the radium value every low is much higher. There's no volume here. You can see there's zero volume down here. So if people have spot Slerf and they start selling, it will just go down really fast. It'll go down really fast. And then it'll be down to seeing how many people have short positions open and whether they're where and when they take profit. Yeah. I don't know if that many people are shorting either. I can't tell because I haven't seen the funding rate go bullish at all. It's always been neutral or bearish. It's never been bullish. And so naturally, when you get a lot of people shorting, the funding rate will go bullish. And I haven't seen that yet. And because I haven't seen that, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, not many people are shorting. But actually, you know, in the whole of this price action of Slerf, really shorting was the most profitable trade, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Every high you could have sold and you'd be making a crap load of money. It's quite contrary to what people are doing in a bull market, which is longing. But here, shorting has been the most profitable direction of traffic. And so we're coming to a really critical point now. Do we take out that low? It's going to be pivotal, really. So anyway, I am looking to long it, but only really a small kind of trade. But if we lose it, then I'll probably be thinking, let's go for a lower high and let's head down. That's market structure 101. And it's the same here. You take out that low, that's a lower low. So then the next logical step would be a lower high for continuation. Yeah. And that's it really. That's Slerf. There's nothing really more to say. There's no Elliott waves in play. There's no bullishness in play at the moment. And naturally, is this corrective? No, this isn't even corrective right now. Right now, this is a sell-off. Yeah, this is brutal. A corrective would be if we had a pump and we were correcting and we hadn't invalidated our pump. Yeah, our pump was invalidated. So we had our 5 waves here. Where was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we took out the low, invalidated the 5 waves, and there's no correction here right now. It's just literally people dumping and just getting out and just waiting to see what happens. Yeah, and not really too bothered about the price right now. Right, it's kind of what I'm seeing. And until anything changes with Slerf, and if they start getting a little bit better with the communication and their plans and accept X, Y, and Z, then maybe this could change. And if not, then let's just bottom out lower down. Yeah, and I'll be okay with that too. I'm not too worried about that. It would still look really bearish if we bottom out lower down. Yeah, because of the momentum. And so we may be looking at a token which requires multiple months to sort itself out. Yeah, and so, you know, looking at these candles, they're pretty bearish. Look at that 3-day candle. It's pretty bearish. Look at that week. It's like two weeks back to back, really bearish 2 weeks we've had on Slerf. It's a reflection of everything that we've experienced. Look at that. That's a bearish reversal. Look at that. It's like you can't get uglier than that really in terms of candle formations. It's all pretty bearish, isn't it? Look at it. Doesn't get more bearish than that. So in the context of what I'm seeing in the like, and the thing is, people look at these charts. No one is going to buy that. That's the other thing you have to bear in mind. Just be aware of that. No one is going to go, oh my God, this is the opportunity to buy Slerf at this price. But what people are thinking now is, I wonder how low we can go. I wonder how cheap this can get. I wonder how far down this can go. I think people will look to catch the bottom, yeah, but I think people will want to wait to see the bottom arise first, all right? And so I think my target here is 2 cents. I hate to say it, but it really is. And my target right now on Slerf is 2 cents. Okay, that's the Radium launch price. I think there's no reason why the price can't try to get down there. Okay. What was the all-time high again? Let me have a look. What is it here? Actually, let me just have a look on the market cap's quite high, 118 million. There's a lot of value in Slerf that can be easily dumped if needs be. $1.3 all-time high. Wow, $1.3. So let's go and have a look at this. $3. Let me change that to 1.3. I don't know if that's correct or not, but let's just change it to 1.3. Let's see, it's slightly lower than there. Let me just do a fib pull from there to the all-time high. Oh, that's quite good, huh? See how the fibs have kind of captured the price. We've lost this 2614, this 382. Let me just make sure this fib is correct. Let me change that to the 2 cents mark, which is the bottom. Let me just make this exactly to the point. That's looking quite good, huh? These fibs. So in the context of these fibs, I wonder if we could get a reaction off this 50% mark at 1616. Let me just kind of have a look. So this, I mean, I'm sounding really bearish, right? Sorry. It is what it is. Let me have a look at that harmonic, actually. It'd be hard to take that trade. It'd be easy to take the swing failure, but you know, if we get a really brutal sell-off, then you know, and you see a reaction at 16.16 cents based on these fibs, they look like they're playing a pot. It looks like they're working. Look, that 236, it perfectly hit the top there. Look at that. And then this 382, it looks quite good. Huh? These fibs look quite good. So maybe this one is the next target. Take out the low, head to the 50% mark. That would have to happen by next weekend for a bullish reaction to take a long. Who knows then? Who knows how far we can get back up for a little bit of a relief rally. Who knows? So that's kind of where I'm at right now with the price action. And in my mind, the first thing that needs to happen now is to reclaim these lows here, flip them into support. And just looking at this price action now, just looking at the context of these fibs, probably also higher up, this 382 would be confirmation. You know that you're looking for confirmation, aren't you? So 26.43, you reclaim that, then that's pretty, it requires strength to do that in the context of this market, and you're back into this market structure and you're back above a major level, and then maybe then things are going to turn. Okay, so until that happens, I'm not really interested in longing. I'm looking for lower. And actually, to be honest with you, why not 2 cents? Literally, why not? Why do people think this is going to go up? I think if we do get down there, get a reaction, then you could get another big sell-off, and I think people could really start dumping their tokens. at market and being done with this, and you get a really dreadful pullback. And then what you'd be looking for is you'd be looking for the price to find support, and in this context what you want to see is the price to find support. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, I'm just making this up, we come all the way down to the golden pocket, right? You kind of want the price to kind of range here for a while, don't you? You want the price to find a range and start putting in volume lower down or somewhere for an extended period of time. Once you start seeing that, then you can start feeling a little bit more confident about the bottom, okay? Because right now there's nothing to tell me that the bottom is in, and we've lost major levels of support in the process. Yeah, and effectively, what is the major level of support that I'm focused on right now? Well, let's have a look. If I bring my volume area up somewhere, well, technically we haven't lost major support. The value area low is still holding price. Yeah, but this is bearish consolidation. This is consolidation on support, which is bearish. Yeah, what you want, we've seen a little bit of a reaction, but effectively what's happening is that you just keep on. How many times do you test a level before it breaks? According to these candles, I can see we've tested it like multiple times, had a bullish reaction, now having a bearish rejection. So it's only so many times you can test a level before it breaks. So we are at the last kind of level of support. On its own, it'll be the Bybit value area low, and there's a bit of divergence between the volume on Bybit and on Radium. On Radium, obviously, I showed you before, the value area is much higher up, isn't it? Let me just pull it again. There you see, the value area low is at 45.66 cents on Radium. On Bybit, it's much lower. So I am looking to longer some kind of harmonic here. A swing failure would be the easy entry, slightly higher up, but potentially if we can get there by this 50% mark at 16 cents by next Saturday, Sunday, that would be well timed for the beginning of the month. And then we have to see what happens. I don't necessarily think this is going to happen. I'm just kind of making it up. That's kind of what I'm just saying. This is what you want to see if we head lower. You want to see a prolonged consolidation period where the price is no longer, is basically finding its ground, finding its floor. And then you want to see some kind of reversal pattern, some kind of bottoming pattern to form on a higher time frame before you can start to feel confident about the bottom being in. Otherwise, next month, who knows? Like, shit happens. Suddenly Slerf Capital make a big announcement, and then we're here, wherever, 16 cents, and then suddenly we get a pump for the ages, you know, and that could always happen too. Yeah, so no one really knows, and that's why you have to take your profit, so you don't lose on your trades. You know, take your profit and then look for the next trades. In this kind of context, you might be holding on a little bit longer and trying to trail the stop just in case we get some kind of, and obviously you have to gauge what's happening with the project and with Slerf and with partner. I'm sure they're sitting around the table right now trying to figure out how to pump this token. Yeah, I'm sure they are, because obviously they're financially vested in this project, but we're not in control. Yeah, someone else is, and therefore we just have to trade the charts. That's kind of my Slerf update, and we'll have to see what happens. I've been quite accurate with these kind of corrections to date, haven't I? I think I have. So I know a lot of people have been critical of me for whatever reason, and I'm trying to ignore it. It's hard to ignore it because haters are going to hate. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, yeah, when I was analyzing Slerf. I think a lot of people couldn't believe what I was doing, what I was saying. Yeah, I don't think people could believe what I was doing. Okay, Slerf next move. Which one was it? Maybe this one. I'm just gonna try and guess. No, that's TRVL. Let me see what it was. Let me see what I did with here. I've muted it. Don't need to see the this is when it was pumping, huh? Remember that? This wasn't the one. It was the one after it. This is the one. So yeah, I calculated the 5 waves and I started plotting this corrective wave or whatever. And I think this is it. Huh? This is the one. See, look. And I was trying to give reasons as to why I was expecting this. I was trying to explain to people. I was trying to count the corrective waves. And you see here, I was targeting lower. Okay. So this was the price was here. It was at 41.5 cents, and I was aiming for lower. Yeah. So I was kind of giving people a heads up as to what I was expecting, and I was shorting here. So it wasn't really, I wasn't hiding. And as new data comes, you have to update your analysis. And so what I always say, you can't just stick to your analysis. You have to keep on analyzing, and you have to keep, that was 8 days ago. Let's have a look at 6 days ago, 8 days ago. That's 8 days ago as well. Let's have a look at that one. Is that Slerf? I'm trying to give reasons as to why I was bearish. Look, oh, that's Bitcoin. So even Bitcoin, I was I was trying to give people a heads up on what I thought was happening. And look here, this is Slerf. See, I had it coming all the way down. Here it's pumping in the highs, and here I'm saying it's probably going lower. So I wasn't kind of hiding, just telling people what was happening. And let me have a look at this one. Yeah. I think I posted it on my Twitter, so let me have a look at that. See that? I posted that on my Twitter, basically for my video. When did I do it? June the 14th, so 6 days ago. See, the price of Slerf was at 34 cents. And just based on this kind of idea, I had it going down to at least 26, 25 cents. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think people appreciate how difficult it is to put your neck out on the line and make a prediction and post it on the internet. Okay. And people don't realize how difficult that is. And also people don't realize that and I'm not like gloating. I'm not gloating. I want people to make money. I want people to be safe. Yeah. It kind of hit my target. I'm not going to do any more crazy analysis like this because I don't think we're correcting anymore. I think we're finding balance. I think we're finding equilibrium in the market. Right? So that was like a one-off, potentially. Okay. That's Slerf. I hope that helps. Probably not, but you know, stay safe. I think in all cases, while the momentum is to the downside, it's probably better to short still. Yeah. While the project is still uncertain, while the response from Slerf is minimal from the Twitter, just keep an eye on the Twitter. If you see that it's still pretty shit, you're not getting any responses, or it's not great, then you can still remain bearish. Yeah, we're developing community board and DAO for Slerf with our NFT holders. That was June the 16th, and so people sold into that, so they're not really interested. Stay tuned. A lot needs to happen before the implementation, so it's still early. Yeah, and the question for a lot of people is, a DAO, how valuable is a DAO? Is a DAO going to be worth billions of dollars? Is my share of this value going to go up 1,000x, 100x? People are asking themselves that question. So I think a lot of people are going to lose confidence at the moment in this, and then maybe down the line, people are going to buy. Yeah, Mother would be a better token than Slerf, to be honest with you. Why? At the moment, because of it's all about momentum. People, you can't ignore momentum. Mother, let's have a look at Mother quickly, and then after that I'm going to go because it's already quite late and I haven't had lunch. It's not on any decent exchange. Have a look at it next. Yeah, look at that. So you see the difference between Mother, some bullshit shitty token which made this rapper rich, although she was already rich, and Slerf. If you look at the moving averages on these tokens, they're either flat or they're moving up. Yeah, and that's really what you're not fighting against momentum. Yeah, so when you look at this kind of price action, it's very different. It's consolidation after a pump. It's a correction, and the momentum is still to the upside. So even though it's kind of taken a slight downturn on the 4-hour time frame, because of the way the price exploded up, yeah, overall the momentum is still up. Yeah, overall. And so that's kind of what you have to bear in mind, that you want to be flowing with the momentum when it comes to trading tokens. It's a lot easier to just follow the momentum. Yeah, and so when you're looking at tokens, you've got to look at the moving averages and see what the higher time frame momentum is looking like. It's a new token, so you haven't got all the higher time frame moving averages. But if you compare that to that's why like something like Fetch is still quite good, you know, because although the daily is turning on the higher time frame, look at the 3-day 50 moving average. Look at it, it's pumping. Yeah, and so naturally these are the tokens that are going to have more gains because the market momentum is to the upside. So you have to bear that in mind. And so don't get yourself too caught up on something that has that where the momentum is really now to the downside. So that's really the problem with Slerf. There's no way around it. You just can't ignore it. And this is the other thing, bear this in mind. If tomorrow for some reason you see some crazy pump, yeah, guess what? A lot of people will sell into that. Yeah, because the momentum is to the downside, and also because there's a lot of trapped liquidity in this whole initial market price range, and so naturally people will be looking to exit at break even or whatever. They'll be looking to exit, and so this at the moment this token has a lot of problems in terms of the price action, and it'll be better to either short, or it'll be better to probably look for lower and then look for consolidation period at some kind of lower price range. Honestly, I think I'd like to see 2 cents tested. Yeah, in context of everything that I've seen and experienced, I think 2 cents. Why not? Let's go for 2 cents. See what happens. I don't know. I'm making it up, but you know, you never know. The other thing I'm going to do is some kind of fib extension as well. From where is that low again? Was it here? 1.3, wasn't it? 1.9. What is that? Oh, from the, oh yeah. Oh, okay. Let me just do a fib extension from here to here as well. From this top, it's the other way, isn't it? It's the other way. No, not that way. It's going to be from here to here. Let's have a look at this fib extension from here to here, and then I'm going to do maybe a fib extension from here to here as well. Yeah, I think about 16 cents is a good place for support. 16 cents. Or about 16 or 13 cents. I think 16 cents is going to be a good place for support based on fibs. A little bit of confluence there. And if not, then your levels lower are going to be about 12.8 cents, and then level lower is going to be here 0.8 cents, 8 cents, just above 8 cents. And the other thing I'd like to see is an increase of volume at the lows. So wherever we get to down here, I don't know where, I'd like to see, like you see this volume profile, I'd like to see like a nice big green volume, just like we saw this big green candle. It's a nice big green volume. Yeah. I'd like to see a nice big green volume. So at the very least, I want to see this low tested. And if we lose the low without a convincing swing failure, then probably I'll be aiming for just above 16 cents. Yeah. That would be my first kind of area of interest. Other than that, I'm not interested. Literally not interested. Swing failure, lower, or a sign of strength. One, I don't really care which one. All right, that's how I'm approaching Slerf right now. Okay. I hope that helps. Yeah. If you're stuck in a spot position, yeah, and you're heavily underwater, you're not sure what to do, yeah, you don't want to sell at a loss, even though you're down like 1,000,000%, whatever. It's tricky. You can either short your spot position and hedge it and just wait and see what happens on some kind of derivatives, and so at least you don't lose any more value. Okay, you don't gain in value, but you don't lose value. Or you can just keep on accumulating Slerf at key levels. If you like, if it goes up, it doesn't matter because you're already in spot, and if it goes down, let's say it goes down to 16 cents, you say, well, this is a really important level of area of interest. I could add some more to my position. You're bringing your average position, entry position down. Yeah. Long, LOL. Anyway, I'm going now because apparently my stream is too long and people don't want explanations.